You wake up every morning, and before you even open your eyes, the first battle begins. It's not against the world, but against yourself, against the noise in your head, the weight of yesterday, the doubts whispering you're not enough. But what if I told you that you could win that battle? What if, in just 1 week, you could reprogram your mind, silence the chaos, and rise like a warrior who fears nothing? The ancient Stoics knew this power. They mastered the art of self-control, clarity, and inner peace. And today, I'm going to show you 5 Stoic habits that can rewire your mind forever. Habits that can turn you from restless to resilient, from chaotic to calm, from uncertain to unshakable. Are you ready? The first habit is morning silence. Every morning, before you touch your phone, before you say a single word, give yourself the gift of silence. The Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius began each day by writing to himself, reminding his soul who was in control. He didn't look outside for peace, he built it within. So, starting tomorrow, sit quietly for just 5 minutes each morning. Just breathe. Listen to your thoughts without judging them. Let the noise fade until all that remains is your own awareness. You'll start to realize that most of your pain isn't caused by what happens, but by how you react. When you control your reactions, you control your destiny. That morning silence becomes your armor. It's not the world that brings you peace. It's your decision to remain unshaken within it. The second habit is embracing discomfort. The Stoics didn't avoid pain. They welcomed it. They knew that discomfort is the furnace where strength is forged. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." They understood that comfort is the slow death of greatness. Every time you choose what's easy, you lose a piece of your power. But when you face what's hard, when you push for one more rep at the gym, speak up when fear tells you to stay silent, or take that cold shower when your body resists you. Send a powerful message to your mind. I am stronger than my feelings. Okay. Your brain starts to believe it. Pain turns into pride. Fear turns into freedom. Each act of courage transforms you from a slave of comfort into a master of your will. The Stoic doesn't run from the fire. He walks through it and becomes the flame. This brings us to the third habit, focusing only on what you can control. Think about it. You can't control other people, the weather, or the outcomes of your efforts. You can't force others to understand you, or life to play fair. But you can always control your response. When life throws chaos at you, just stop and ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is yes, then act with strength. If it's no, then let it go. It's that simple, but it changes everything. The philosopher Seneca famously said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." How many times have you replayed an argument in your head that never even happened, or feared a future that never came? A Stoic trains their mind to separate what they can act upon from what they must accept. When everything seems to be falling apart, they don't panic. They stand still like a mountain and let the storm pass by. That's real strength, not reacting to every spark, but mastering your inner fire. The world is unpredictable, but your mind doesn't have to be. The fourth habit is a powerful one, negative visualization. This is the art of imagining loss to create gratitude. Every night, the Stoics would close their eyes and visualize losing everything they held dear, their home, their possessions, even their loved ones. This wasn't to make themselves miserable, but to remind themselves how fragile and precious life is. Epictetus taught, "He who has anticipated calamities suffers them less." When you visualize loss, you train your mind for resilience. You learn that everything you have is temporary, and that's precisely what makes it beautiful. Suddenly, the things you once took for granted become sacred. The morning sun feels warmer, the laughter of your loved ones sounds sweeter, and the very air in your lungs feels like a blessing. This practice doesn't make you dark, it makes you awake. So, when life eventually tests you, you won't shatter, because you've already faced the storm in your mind. You'll walk through pain with quiet strength, and when joy returns, you'll feel it more fully than ever before, because you know how easily it can fade. The fifth and final habit is evening reflection. Just as the Stoics began their day in silence, they ended it in awareness. Seneca would review each day before sleep, asking himself, what did I do well? Where did I fail? What can I do better tomorrow? He understood that an unexamined day leads to an unexamined life. So, before you sleep, ask yourself, did I act with virtue today? Did I waste my time or use it wisely? Did I live according to my values, or did I let my emotions control me? This nightly reflection isn't about guilt, it's about growth. It's about turning the chaos of the day into clarity. Each night, you are sharpening your soul, and when you wake up, you're not the same person you were yesterday. You're better, wiser, calmer, and more aware. The Stoics believed that progress isn't measured by how much you do, but by how deeply you understand what you've done. When you combine these 5 habits, morning silence, embracing discomfort, focusing on what you can control, negative visualization, and evening reflections, something powerful begins to happen. You stop being a slave to your emotions. You stop letting fear and failure define who you are. You begin to move through life like a river calm on the surface, but unstoppable underneath. You speak less, but mean more. You feel less anxious, yet more alive. You lose your fear and find your freedom, because the truth is, Stoicism was never about being emotionless. It's about power, the power to stay calm in chaos, to be kind in anger, and to remain brave in the face of fear. The Stoic feels everything but is controlled by nothing. Q. Don't need to climb a mountain or escape the world to find peace. Q. Just need to remember that everything you need is already inside you. The Stoics didn't chase success. Qui. They became it not by controlling the world, but by mastering themselves. So this week, I challenge you to practice these habits. Start your mornings in silence. Brace discomfort instead of avoiding it. Focus only on what you can control. Visualize loss to grow gratitude, and reflect every night to become better tomorrow. Just watch what happens. You'll begin to see the world differently. The noise won't shake you, the chaos won't scare you, and failure won't define you. Because when your mind becomes disciplined, your soul becomes free. The true Stoic isn't someone who hides from emotion. They are someone who channels it. They walk through fire and don't flinch, because they know that no storm on the outside can ever harm the fortress they've built within. Every challenge becomes a teacher, every loss becomes a lesson, and every obstacle becomes fuel. The world cannot break you if you have already mastered yourself. So, become the calm in the storm, the warrior in peace. It's the master of your own mind. And once you do, you'll never see life the same way again. Thank you so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content on building a stronger, more resilient you. See you in the next one.